Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Greetings, greetings. I know I'm on late. Let me just calm this down. Thanks guys for showing up. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration again, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. So it's Wisdom Wednesday. I apologize. I had some stuff I had to. Actually, I was just doing a lot of studying. Okay, I was doing a lot of studying, and meditating and contemplating. And I want to talk about a little bit about the full moon energy that's coming up here on the 14th of September. But really, I also want to talk a lot about raising your vibrations, how to raise your vibrational frequency. Because this energy right here, when we're in this lunation cycle right now, this September cycle, this upcoming full moon is going to be this, it's called a phoenix full moon. It's a full moon in Pisces on September 14th. And this September cycle period, the transits in totality, has really been very powerful, but gently powerful. We have a lot of Piscean energy available to us, a lot of spiritual energy to us. We have a lot of course, the earth energy with all of the earth signs trining one another. When we're in one season, we're in all three in a sense. So this has been a very huge season month for manifestation. A huge month, not only for manifestation, but on a deeper level, how do we reset ourselves so that we can move forward in a greater manifestation power? How do we reset ourselves so we can really foundationally, at a foundational level, my kitties, at a foundational level, be living a life of knowing who we are spiritually, energetically, so much so that we carry with us at all times this belief system of who we are, what we can do, and who we're meant to be. This is really a huge cycle for that. And really altering, no, Gemini, altering our absolutely foundational belief systems and raising our vibrational energy. So I want to say hello and acknowledge the chat. Hello to Wanda. Hello SR. Hello Sassy. Hello TJ. Hey Jeanette. Hey Candy Cane. So this is no Gem. No, 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 no. I have Virgo laying at my feet. I'm sure she's like, we're talking about my season, so let me lay at mother's feet. And Gemini, of course, can't concentrate at all. Anyway, so this is what we're going to get into tonight. Now, before I get fully into this, for the replay, those of you that are new watching this channel, thank you so very much for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So appreciate you. Hopefully you'll find not just this particular video, but others that are going to help you on your ascension journey, help you on raising your vibrations, help you really tap into who you are, your life purpose, and moving into that. And for my returning subscribers, I can't thank you enough for being here. We are really in the midst of a very exciting time here in September. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about some other things that are going to be happening. We'll chat about the full moon, and kind of how we're going to be able to use these transiting energies in our near future. Some highlights I want to talk about. Very shortly, right around the full moon time, we're going to see Mars moving into Libra. Okay, and we're going to show a chart about that in a minute. We're going to show Mars moving into Libra. Saturn is going direct. September the 18th, I believe it is. Finally, okay. Finally coming out of retrograde. And it's going, and right now we're going to see where Saturn is right now. Right now it's like dead on conjunct with the South Node, and we're going to talk about what that really, really means for us in this time period. But right now we've got all the personal planets moving together, the sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all moving together through Virgo. And that is actually, while it can be kind of, no, kind of, for those of you that are new here, I have two kittens I just got, Gemini and Virgo, and they're lovely kittens. However, they're very exploratory, and they're being good tonight. They're not running around too bad. Um, that can it's this energy of I've got to move, right? I've got to move. If you're feeling inspired to like organize, you're feeling inspired to like do things that are going to make your world just more comfortable, your home more comfortable, work more comfortable, relationships more comfortable. You're looking at that. This is a beautiful time to do that. This is also a beautiful time to really examine oneself and start to release some things and move into some new thoughts, processes, belief systems that if we can get them integrated into our foundation, we're going to find that as we're moving through the rest of 2019 and on into 2020, that we're going to raise up and be elevated to a point that I don't think we thought that we could get to so easily, right? There's been a lot of us that have been on this journey for quite a while, and this ascension journey and all this, and we hear ourselves talking a lot about how, oh my gosh, these energies are so tough. No, they're not. I mean, they are, but they're not. They're tough because it's like a refiner's fire, right? We're being tried by that fire. We're being renewed. We're being motivated. We're being having this exploratory experience of who am I really? Like, am I really who my parents said I was? Am I really who society says I am? Am I really culturally who everybody says? What is their definition of who I am? But who am I really? And who do I really want to be? Who do I really want to be? So collectively, we're raising our own vibrations, right? We're individually raising our own vibrations so that collectively, we bring up the collective vibration. Now, I say all of that to say this. This month, and some people are saying September 19th, is a month for this kind of mass awakening, this mass like, oh my gosh, I'm getting it. And if you notice, even if you look at not mainstream media, but like YouTube media, you're finding people saying, hey, you know what? All this kind of wokeness and this cancel culture and all of this stuff, I don't want to be defined by an ism. I don't want to be defined by put into this compartmental section. I don't want to have to sit here and not be honest about my feelings because I'm so worried about offending somebody else. And I'm not saying that you should be offensive. What I'm saying is we've become so hyper freaking sensitive that we can't take an honest look at ourselves. And there's a lot of us that are waking up and saying, guess what? You know what? This is just the truth. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. So can we just be? And can we not be stuck and confined by religious beliefs, by socioeconomic status, by, whatever, right? Social mores and all of these things. Can we not be defined by that? And can we finally reintroduce who we are and love and honor and respect one another while still living in our authentic truth? Right? Can we be? Right? And that's kind of where we're at. Hello, Miss Raina. How are you? Hello, Mr. Rio. So, September 19th, some are saying, this grand awakening, right? Those of us that have been on this journey up until now, it's kind of time for us to help other people through it because they're not going to really know what's going on, okay? So that's why I felt it was really important to come forward with this now. Now, how to raise your vibrations, okay? It is simple, yet people find it very difficult. If you can, during your day-to-day life, right, as you're going through life moment by moment, And let's say a thought comes to your head of, ooh, I think that's way too difficult for me to do that. You want to do it, but you feel like it's too difficult. If you can catch yourself at those moments when you're thinking less than of yourself and change that, transmute it, flip it around and say, no, I can do this. I can. I am fully capable of accomplishing this goal. If you're looking at a goal that you had, or looking at a situation and saying, I don't know, this is never going to change. It's never going to get better. If you can catch yourself in that moment, because that's ego, that's your third dimensional mind speaking. Your third dimensional mind has been programmed to believe that everything in the past has to carry forward into the future. Because remember, your mind is just this grand DVR, right? Or this grand recording device. It has recorded everything from the womb. It has recorded everything from before, but it's recorded everything from the womb on. It's recorded every word that's been spoken over you, every word you've spoken. It's recorded every feeling that you've had, and those feelings are also in the Akashic records, but we'll talk about that another time. It's recorded everything you've seen, everything you've heard, everything. It's recorded the results of every time you took a step outside your comfort zone. It's recorded the results of every time you tried to step out of the box. It's recorded the results of every time you went for that job, every time you went for that promotion, every time you wanted to date this particular person, everything. And so when you have these thoughts, right, these like, hey, I want to like expand, right? This Jupiter in Sagittarius. I want to expand my horizons. I want to expand. Your mind says, hey, oh, wait, 1 second. That sounds really good. But remember this time and 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 this time. And remember what your mama said. Remember what your daddy said. Remember what your Aunt Martha said. Remember what Uncle Joey said. Girl, boy, you can't do that. Remember what the Bible said. You can't do that. Right? Remember what society says. You have to be in this box. You can't do that. You can't have those thoughts. That's what your mind does. Because it's trying to protect you from failure. It's trying to protect you from all the emotions that surround failure. But that is not what truth is, because it's only replaying the past. The past is the past. You can either choose to stay in the low vibrational past, or you can choose to ascend to the high vibrational future, the high vibrational reality. You can choose to reprogram your mind. You can choose to reprogram your mouth, your tongue, your throat chakra. You can choose to reprogram your heart. You can choose to heal up from all of those injuries and move forward. It is a conscious choice. The beauty of this wonderful time in September that we're in, and this Phoenix moon, is you're getting the energy to rise from the ashes and be something new. You're getting the energy to transform and transfigure into this beautiful, fiery, capable, more than capable being, and be who you were born to be. Truly born to be at your higher consciousness level. That's the beauty of it all. Stop, kids. Right? Now, here we go. Let's take a peek at the charts. Yes, you have to say screw what they say. All right. I know this is a little out of whack, but we're going to do the best we can. We'll have an a device to be able to look at this chart a little bit better. This is the chart of what the full moon is going to look like in September, on September 14th of 2019. It looks like at 0 dark 30 Eastern Standard Time. So Eastern Daylight Time. So like at 12:32 a.m. I don't know what the +4 means. Anyway, so let's take a look. So what does it mean when the moon is full? That means the sun here, the sun, is in opposition to the moon. The moon, where is my Pisces? I swear if my children move this again, I'm going to be really mad at them. The moon. So we have everybody over here in Virgo, right? Over here in Virgo, right? We've got the sun in Virgo. We have Mars in Virgo. We have Venus in Virgo. And we have Mercury in Virgo. Okay? All of these in Virgo. They're coming out of Virgo, moving into Libra. Stop it. Sorry. Okay. Now, all of these are in opposition to the sun, and we have lovely Neptune over here that is in retrograde in Pisces. So what happens when when there's a full moon? That means the sun is reflecting off of the moon. They are in direct opposition. That means things that are in the dark are now coming to the light. Okay? That's what that means. Things coming that were in the dark are now coming to the light. That means the light is being shown on your innermost thoughts, feelings, emotions, all of that. Okay? That's what that means. Also, we've got the moon conjunct with Neptune, all in Pisces. So what is that? And Pisces and Neptune's in retrograde. So we have all of this dreamy, ethereal, highly spiritually in tune Piscean energy conjunct with the ultra highly spiritually in tune, psychic, intuitive nature of the moon, emotional, all of that together in opposition to the light from over here is being reflected off the moon over here. What does this tell me? That means Mars is in opposition to Neptune as well. Venus is in opposition to Neptune. Oh, that's Mars, excuse me. Opposition to Neptune. Venus opposing Neptune retrograde, and Mercury opposing both the moon and Neptune. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves and get all upset. There's no reason to be upset. Because guess what this is doing? Mars is motivating us and saying, it's time to go, especially when there's an opposition. When you have Neptune in retrograde, that's forcing you to look inward. That's forcing you to examine your deepest, darkest, your deepest thoughts, your deepest everything. Okay? That's forcing you to look within, along with the moon, and look within at your own spiritual abilities, your own spiritual higher consciousness. And it's saying, what are we going to do? How are we going to grow? Where do we want to ascend to? Because all of our personal planets are saying, guess what? It's time to add some spirit onto my personal life. It's time to really integrate my own personal higher consciousness, not the global higher consciousness, my own personal higher consciousness. It's time to integrate that into my personal day-to-day life, into my home, my relationships, my communication, my action. Mercury then is also saying, how are you communicating with yourself? Remember what I just said. We raise our vibration. We raise our vibration by arresting our thought the moment we think it. We raise our vibration by arresting our thought the moment we think it and changing it. We're operating right now in basically kind of a double, triple kind of mutable energy. Virgo's mutable, right? Gemini's mutable. Mercury rules Gemini. Neptune rules Pisces and is in Pisces. That's mutable as well. So all of this mutable energy is allowing us and giving us the ability to change in a very beautiful way. In a very beautiful way. It's a lot. Guys, stick with me. Stay with me. It's allowing us to examine and look at who we are in a wonderful fashion. Okay? Bear with me one moment. Okay, that's better. I want you. Cut it out. Oh, I'll be glad when they grow up a little bit. Okay, so it's giving us this earthly mutable energy in our personal planets to really affect this change in a really wonderful, fabulous way. While it's moving and transiting into Libra, balance, right? All about balance, all about balancing our thoughts, all about balancing our emotions, all about balancing our speech, right? So you have all of these opposing each other, okay? And at the same time, we have, bear with me, we have Jupiter. Where's Jupiter? Jupiter is up here in Sagittarius. No, it's not. Where's Sagittarius? Here it is. Jupiter's up here in Sagittarius, right? So we've got a square. Jupiter is squaring all of these signs, and it's squaring, all of these planets, and it's squaring all of these planets as well. Jupiter in Sagittarius squaring all of this then says, okay, now we see over here, we've got all this kind of dreaminess, right? We got these big plans, right? And then we've got this, we got to be a little bit mutable, right? We got to be a little bit changeable, not so fixed. Sagittarius is also a mutable sign. So what this beautiful square is allowing us to do, this kind of T-square, I'm not playing with you right now. What this T-square is allowing us to do is examine under the full moon now. We've had from the new moon, now we're into the full moon. We've had all this time to assess the situation. And now under this full moon, what parts of our goals and plans do we need to rethink? What parts of them do we need to let go? Where do we need to raise our vibrational set point in our plans and in our goals and in our big dreams? Where have we missed it a little bit? And don't fret. Yeah, you missed it a little bit. That's okay. The beauty of it is this is showing us. It's on display. It's saying, guess what? You get to redo this. You get to raise your vibration up to this point. So anytime you think, I can't reach this goal. I'm not going to make it. This isn't going to happen. I don't see how it's going to happen. You don't need to see how it's going to happen, because you know what's happening right here is that the sun is illuminating our spirit. The sun is illuminating by reflecting off of the moon, right? Our spiritual guidance in all of these areas. It's illuminating it. It's making it plain. It's saying, have some faith. Your third dimensional mind is not going to be able to comprehend how your spirit is going to move in conjunction with Creator. In conjunction with Creator. In conjunction with the universe. You don't have to know all the plans. Could you just hold on to the dream? And anytime you think, I ain't gonna make it, change it. That's how we raise our vibration. That's how I know it sounds so freaking simple. You're like, Lisa, it can't be that easy. Yes, it is. It's that easy. It's that easy. And it becomes habit. After a while, it becomes habit. And I want you guys, all these planets are moving into this position. So while this transiting is happening, grab a hold of this energy, accept it, and move in it. That's why I want to talk about this now. Because these are the things we're supposed to be doing. It is that easy. Put Post-it notes everywhere. Put it in front of your face so that your third dimensional eyes see it and start reprogramming your brain. Okay? Now, stop. Okay. All the while, we also have Saturn trining Jupiter still, right? That should be a trine. Yep. So we have Saturn trining, Mars. Saturn is trining Mars. Okay? Saturn is trining Mars down here. That's this aspect. Okay? They're trining. Also, at the same time, we have, which one is this one? Lovely Pluto, also in retrograde, trining all of these planets here. And Saturn and Pluto are conjunct. At the same time, right? The moon, right? Here's the moon is, here we go with Pluto. That should be a sextile. Is sextiling Pluto, so it's in agreement with Pluto. Okay? The sun is trining Pluto. The moon is sextiling Pluto, which means the moon and Neptune are also sextiling these two. So these two are in agreement. All these planets are in agreement. This is a beautiful energy as well, because what this energy says is we have the Capricornian Saturn, rules, regulations, government, religion, all of that. And we have this transitional, transformational Pluto. And they're working together now, and they're both in retrograde at the same time, kind of moving together a little bit. This is all before Saturn goes direct on the 18th. So while they're kind of moving in conjunction together, they're moving into a position where Saturn is going to be absolutely conjunct the South Node. That happens, I believe, once every 18 years. Something like that. Maybe more. Capricorn is absolutely on top of, conjunct with the South Node in Capricorn. Saturn is in opposition to, direct opposition to the North Node in Cancer. This is do it time. This is the time where we finally say, guess what? My belief systems, it's not working. Or it is working. This is the examination, do it time. What are we doing with our spiritual life? What are we doing with our spiritual rules? What are we doing with our spiritual beliefs foundationally? And are we going to move in a way that's going to allow us to flow with the incoming energy and increase and raise our vibrational frequency to the point where we can manifest on this earth in a heartbeat, where our understanding of structure and our ability to flow with change, with this mutable, changeable Plutonian energy, our ability to change increases, our ability to metamorphosis into the phoenix. It is the time to decide, are you going to grab it or are you going to let it pass you by? Are you going to grab it or are you going to let it pass you by? You don't readily see these planets in this, like they're really congregated in very specific places. Um, you don't see this that often. Hang on, I always have to look at my symbols because sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, right? What's this bad boy down here? Neptune. Not sure what that guy is down there. I know he's Pluto. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. So, Mars is opposing the moon. We talked about that. Mars is conjunct with the sun. We talked about that. We talked about where Jupiter is. Jupiter's squaring the moon, squaring the sun, therefore squaring Venus and the rest, right? It's kind of outside the realm. It's kind of outside of the aspect. It's really 3 degrees, a little bit more than 3 degrees. So that's why we're not talking about, that's why that's not that relevant. So Neptune is, of course, conjunct the moon, and then it's sextiling Pluto. Okay, that's also allowing, because Neptune is sextiling Pluto, that is allowing us a easier time to change. That's allowing us an easier time to accept the growth. It's allowing us an easier time to say, you know what? Maybe that old crazy lady is not that crazy. You know, expect to have more gifts opened up to you. Expect to have a greater revelation of things of the fifth dimension. Expect to have a greater revelation of higher consciousness. Expect to be able to say, gosh darn it, you know what? I can exude and exhibit power over my life. I really can. And not in a weird, like narcissistic way. But I really do have the opportunity to take my power back. I really do have the opportunity to really heal in a fantastic way and come into a fullness, into an absolute fullness, or on our way to that, of who I truly am. Okay? Of who I truly am. I'm trying to look at if there's more, any more really, because this is a really fairly easy chart to read here. Mars trining Saturn. Again, that's going to give us the impetus to change our foundational beliefs. You'll probably see even more shakeups in government. We'll probably and a lot of the truth is going to be coming out. What's done in the dark comes out in the light. So you're probably going to see a lot of truth behind, like real truth and real motivations behind what certain public figures do. And even in your own life, I would say, you'll see that as well. But again, take all of this beautiful, emotional, transitional, spiritual energy and look at how are you motivated? Are you moving? Do you have ambition? Are you looking at yourself truthfully with the sun? Are you really seeing your own personal power and seeing yourself for the beautiful, wonderful, powerful, creative person that you are? Are you being truthful in your relationships? Do you have people surrounding you that are supporting you? Are they helping you to evolve? Are your relationships, if you're in a romantic relationship, is it really satisfying? Is it really fulfilling? Is it really helping you and you them? And if you're not, well, it's about time you got into a good, solid relationship with yourself so that you can present yourself and bring in someone that's going to be on your same level and evolve, and you guys can evolve together. And most definitely, and finally, how are you speaking over your own life? What are you saying? What are your base beliefs in yourself about yourself? That's what these aspects are asking you to do. What are your base beliefs? Where are you vibrationally? Are your chakras in alignment? Do you still need some healing in certain areas? What do you need to do to elevate yourself to the point where you truly believe that you deserve and you are meant to have the most enchanted, wonderful life? That you are meant to have a life that's whole and healed, peaceful and prosperous in every area. Are you ready to finally grab that and then move into the rest of the year empowered and healed and whole? That's what we have. That's how we can grab a hold and raise our own vibrations. Okay? This doesn't happen necessarily overnight, but it's easier than you think. You start habitually speaking good over yourself. You start habitually speaking in a way over yourself that is just empowering. You start habitually believing that, oh, I want to manifest a house, this house. And you start believing that, yeah, I deserve it. I deserve that good job. I deserve this YouTube channel. I deserve this. This is what's going to fulfill you. You start believing it the more you act on it. And then you find that your vibrational set point one day, you're like, I used to, wow, I used to go around, I was like a lot of depression, a lot of this, a lot of that. Didn't really believe in myself. And wow, guess what I do? One day you wake up and life is very different. Life is whole, life is healed, life is prosperous. And you know that you know that you know that this is the life you deserve. And nothing short of it will do. You don't have to know every step of how to get there because now you trust yourself, your higher self, your true self. You trust yourself to work in concert with the universe, with God, with the creator, with universal life energy to create your world. You raise your vibration to that of a creator instead of just being part of creation. All right, everyone, that's what I have for you today. Thanks so much for being here. I so very, very much appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you liked this video, please click that thumbs up. I would love it and be honored if you'd subscribe and also hit the bell button and share it. Share this video. Put it out there. Share this video with anybody that you think that it's gonna bless, and I'd be honored for that. Let's get some more people involved so we can raise our vibrations together as a collective unit. Okay? Thanks, you guys, so much for being here. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love each and every one of you. Namaste.